The Italian Chianina, Marchigiana, Romagnola, Maremmana and Podolica beef cattle breeds, which descended from the same original stock, are now widespread throughout all of Italy and are found predominantly in the central and southern regions. The herds, which follow the cow-calf line, are small to middle-sized, and most of them are located in hilly or mountainous areas. The autochthonous breeds currently number a total of 155,000 head of cattle currently involved in selection activities. Their outstanding production and reproductive traits, as well as the excellent quality of their beef, have made them well known all over the world, where both purebreds and crossbreds are raised successfully. The specialized breeds. The Marchigiana, Chianina and Romagnola breeds, which were used in the past to work the fields, have been selected for beef production for a number of years now. This specialization can clearly be seen through their somatic structure. Muscle development is very pronounced in every part of the body, particularly on the top surface of the trunk and at the hind quarters, source of several highly prized cuts. The trunk has a cylindrical shape and is well developed in width, length and depth. The skeletal structure is sound, the dewlap is not very abundant and the skin is quite fine. All of this means a very high beef yield. This outstanding structure is accompanied by other valuable traits such as ease of calving, viability of the calves, outstanding maternal ability and early maturation. Rusticity means frugality, a hardy constitution, and the capacity to strive in harsh environments characterized by poor and uneven forage resources. The Maremmana and Podolica reflect these precious characteristics to the very highest degree. Raised using open pasture breeding systems, they live outdoors all year long in marginal areas where they procure food and shelter from the elements, calving without any assistance and lavishing all necessary care on their offspring. In these conditions, their morphological type cannot help but deviate from the ideal beef cattle type. Nevertheless, this does not diminish their importance, since their offspring, whether purebred calves or crosses, are the only ones capable of ensuring a profit in vast areas of central southern Italy that would otherwise be destined for depopulation and deterioration. In the presence of more favourable environmental conditions, the Maremmana and Podolica demonstrate surprising capacities for recovery and growth potential that approach the ones found in the specialised breeds. This Podolian origin breed descended from the Asiatic cattle that reached Italy during the 4th century AD following the barbarian invasions. In order to improve the original stock, the Marchigiana was crossed with the Chianina and then with the Romagnola. In 1928, all types of crossbreeding were stopped so that the breed's extrinsic traits could be fixed through morphological and functional selection. The modern-day Marchigiana is a cattle type that has significant somatic development and is characterized by a high growth capacity and outstanding precocity. It has a white coat that may have some grey shading in the males. The skin and mucosae oris have a black pigmentation. The Marchigiana has a light head with short horns. It has a long cylindrical trunk with excellent muscle development, particularly in the buttocks and thighs. The cows have excellent maternal capabilities and calving is natural, with the calves weighing an average of 45 kilograms at birth. It also has an excellent growth capacity and in the best specimens, weight gain can peak over 2,000 kilograms a day. The cows weigh between 700 and 900 kilograms, while adult males range from 1,200 and 1,500 kilograms. The Chianina, an ancient breed that dates back to Umbro-Etruscan times, has been raised in Umbria, Tuscany and Latium for over 22 centuries. It has a porcelain white coat with slate grey skin and black pigmentation around the natural orifices. Its head is light and expressive, and it has short horns. The chianina has a long cylindrical trunk with a thick, wide back and loins, a broad horizontal rump, long convex-shaped thighs and buttocks, a solid but lightweight skeletal structure, and correct perpendicularity. Calves are wheat-coloured at birth, but by the age of 3 to 4 months, their coat turns to the colour typical of this breed. In this breed, which is renowned for its somatic gigantism, calving is completely spontaneous, even for calves weighing up to 50 kilograms, thanks to the chianina's typical dolichomorphic structure. Cows weigh an average of 800 to 900 kilograms, and weight can often go as high as 1,000 kilograms. The most famous chianina bulls have reached truly outstanding sizes of up to 1,700 kilograms in weight, with a height of 2 meters at the withers. Growth potential in the best subjects can exceed 2 kilograms a day. Ideal slaughter weight is 700 to 800 kilograms at an age of 18 to 20 months, for a yield of 62 to 63%, and carcass weights ranging from 450 to 550 kilograms. Over the years, this descendant of the Podolica breed has taken on the characteristics of modern beef cattle types thanks to intelligent selection work. The Romagnola has a white coat with a grey shading towards the front and a black apical pigmentation. It demonstrates significant somatic development and a harmonious structure that tends to be brachymorphic. The trunk is particularly well developed in the transverse diameters, with particular emphasis in the hindquarters, where the thighs and buttocks reveal a broad, convex, and markedly inclined musculature. This breed's short, sturdy legs and strong feet have made it an ideal grazing animal. Calving takes place without any difficulty, and the cows give birth to wheat-coloured calves that weigh an average of 40 to 45 kilograms. The Romagnola has an outstanding growth, which can reach over 2 kilograms per day in performance tests. The cows weigh between 600 and 900 kilograms, whereas aged bulls reach 1,200 to 1,500 kilograms. They are slaughtered when they reach a weight of 650 to 700 kilograms at the age of 18 to 20 months. Average slaughter yield is 62 to 63%. Direct descendant of the Asian grey breed, the Maremmana is a crucial breed of great constitutional strength. The adverse environmental conditions to which it has been subjected have made it an extremely adaptable bovine over time. It has been bred for centuries in the Tuscan Latium Maremma. As in all breeds of Podolica origin, the calf is born red fromentino and acquires its typical colour around 3 months of age. The horns are long and characteristic, crescent-shaped in males and lyre-shaped in females. The skeletal development is impressive and gives the adult an appearance of great solidity and strength. Cattle of great size has very sound legs, claws of exceptional hardness, fluid locomotion. The cows have well-shaped udders and provide an abundant milk production, which ensures daily calf increases of over 1 kilogram. The calvings are spontaneous, and at birth the calves weigh 30 to 40 kilograms. At 6 months, they reach 180 to 220 kilograms, demonstrating the good dairy aptitude of the cows. Adult females weigh 6 to 8 quintals, while males reach 10 to 12. They are extraordinarily rustic and long-lived cattle, reaching 15 to 16 years of age. It originated from Bos taurus primigenius, the ancient ancestor of all cattle of Podolica origin. It has been present in Italy for a very long time and constitutes a further example of successful biological adaptation to a hostile environment. It has a very wide distribution range that includes all of southern Italy in the regions of Basilicata, Calabria, Puglia, Campania, Abruzzo and Molise. This has led to a considerable variability in the size and colour of the coat, ranging from white to dark grey. The pigmentation is black. The skeleton is light, with excellent dry limbs and strong feet. Robust and frugal, like the Maremmana, it manages to use bushy pastures, stubble and woodlands. It is characterized by docility, excellent maternal aptitude and a long reproductive career. Calves are born spontaneously with an average weight of about 30 kilograms. The adult bulls weigh from 600 to 800 kilograms, while cows weigh 400 to 500 and produce abundant milk rich in fat. In some areas transformed into fine stretched curd cheeses. Since 1961, the activity of improvement, enhancement and dissemination of the breeds has been entrusted to ANABIC, which, by delegation of the Ministry of Agricultural, Food and Forestry Policies, manages the herd books and the genetic evaluation on which the relative breeding programs are based. The National Herd Book is, together with the control stations, the fundamental tool for the improvement of livestock. It collects in computerized archives all the personal, genealogical, morphological, productive, reproductive and genetic data of the selected cattle. This information, in addition to being used for genealogical certification, helps to determine the genetic value of the seed stock, allows the preparation of appropriate mating plans and provides breeders with all the information to improve their livestock. Each animal registered in the herd book is genetically identified by means of a biological sample which is stored in the DNA bank. This now contains more than 500,000 biological samples, which are also used for the genetic tests required by the breeding program. For Chianina, Marchigiana and Romagnola, the genetic selection programs are aimed at obtaining a continuous improvement in growth and muscularity in animals that are soundly developed with a solid and correct skeleton. In recent years, environmental issues related to breeding have led to reconcile these objectives with those of food efficiency, reduction of emissions and improvement of animal welfare, with particular attention to maintaining genetic variability. The fulcrum of the system is the control station in Perugia, where, through the performance test, the choice of the sires to be used for artificial insemination is carried out. Even for rustic breeds, the control stations play a central role within the selection process, allowing the identification of the best sires to be used for reproduction. In the performance centres, the Maremma and Podolian bulls are selected in order to increase the growth capacity and muscularity, improve the type while preserving the precious and rustic characteristics. The performance tests are carried out in a manner similar to those implemented in the control station of Perugia, with the necessary changes to adapt the test to the specific characteristics of these breeds. In fact, for Maremmana and Podolica, the improvement of the productive characteristics must be achieved by preserving the precious and peculiar traits of rusticity and frugality. Taking this into account, the centres consist of simple zootechnical structures with large grazing areas where the test animals spend most of their stay. The Maremma Breed Selection Centre is located at the Azienda Terra Regionali Toscani in Grosseto, in one of the most typical breeding areas. The Basilicata region hosts the Podolica control station, located in Lorenzana, in the province of Potenza. As for Chianina, Marchigiana and Romagnola breeds, the traditional selection objectives have been added to those of alimentary and reproductive efficiency, maternal ability, and control of the genetic variability of the population. The iBeef project, Italian Biodiversity, Environment, Efficiency, Fitness project, is aimed at introducing innovative characters and methodologies in the selection of beef cattle breeds raised in Italy. Objectives linked to the reduction of the environmental impact of the farms to the well-being and health of the animals will be pursued without forgetting the needs linked to the maintenance of genetic variability. A large series of project activities will, in fact, be dedicated to managing the problems related to the increase of consanguinity and the parentage in the selected zootechnical populations, and the breeds threatened with abandonment, both in terms of strategies and in the form of development of services for the use of breeders for a correct management of the reproduction. Alongside these, there will be space for interventions aimed at monitoring and reducing greenhouse gas emissions and improving efficiency in use of food resources, with a view to promoting a mitigation of climate change induced by anthropic activities. The aspects related to animal welfare and sustainability will be well represented through the improvement of the ease of calving, the maternal ability, the reproductive efficiency and temperament of the farmed animals, and their ability to resist stress. Finally, there will also be a consideration for health aspects, in particular for resistance to paratuberculosis and for the reduction of birth defects in calves. The iBeef project will make use of the latest technologies available for genetic improvement through the genotyping of subjects with SNP molecular markers. This information will form the basis for the implementation of the genomic evaluations of the sires, for the research of the genetic basis of some characters, for a more precise quantification of the kinships, and for the management of the genetic variability, in particular in the autochthonous endangered genetic types.